when you see the slide, that is the same thing the slide says. So yeah, Microsoft ने बनाया हुआ है ये Microsoft Excel. It helps us to organize, format, calculate data. You can use formulas. You can automate using formulas. Randomly बहुत सारे numbers हुए तो उसका एकदम से sum करना, like total of everything. You can do it in seconds in Excel. So that is the power of Excel. On the other hand, you can do fast calculations. You can represent data using charts. You can use pivot tables. There are multiple features in Excel, and it is most commonly used in business settings. Like it is used in a very, very large scale. Excel is used in every field, I can say, like not only in IT, but even there are people here who are doing Excel for billing, as somebody said. Even there are civil engineers who can use Excel. There are electrical engineers. The Excel is a vast software. Everybody uses it for their own purposes. Going next, you can see organizations use Microsoft Excel for the following. So collection and verification of business data. So basically, basically for I'm telling you this because the first class will be a little bit boring. It will be more of theoretical class. But this, what I am telling you guys, is very, very important, because whatever software we are going to use hands-on, we should at least know about the software. Is that right? What you guys say? Because if we don't know the basics of what the software does and where it is used, then what is the point of learning the software? So starting class, today's class will be more of a theoretical and definition oriented class. But from tomorrow, we will go like hands-on with some data and some formulas and some other practices in Excel. Is that right? Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So even if you feel boring, just go with me and enjoy the class, okay? So yes, so organizations use Microsoft Excel for the following. So where, as I told you, it is used for collection of and verification of business data. It is used, we can do various kind of data analysis in Excel. Also, many companies use it for data entry, data storage, and there can be performance reporting. There can be strategic analysis. Like you can generate charts, you can generate pie charts, you can highlight different kinds of values, different kinds of data in different manner in Excel. And in that sense, Excel is quite powerful software. Many people use it for accounting, budgeting, even for administrative and managerial management. Project management. Somebody has done MBA here, he might know what he might have seen Excel very closely, because Excel is very powerful in those kind of scenarios like project management, administration works. So yes. Next slide, basics of Excel. So anybody knows what this thing is called? The entire, this white छोटे छोटे cells जैसे चीजें हैं, and the entire number of cells मिला के इसको क्या बोला जाता है?
Worksheet.
Yes, this is this complete area, the blank area which you can see with the grids is called as worksheet. And if yeah, that is called a worksheet or a spreadsheet, can be understood as a collection of columns and rows that form a table. Okay.
Yes.
So all the rows and columns combined is called a spreadsheet. Okay. And each, this green mark which you are seeing on the screen, what is this called? Anybody might, maybe all of you
Cell.
might know. These are called cells.
Cell.
Yes, and these are called cells. So yes, as you can see here, alphabetical letters are usually assigned to columns and numbers are usually assigned to rows. So basically, as you can see here, A, B, C, D, this represents this A as a column and this 1 as a row. So
Row.
rows are represented as in the form of numbers, whereas alphabets are representatives of columns. Okay. Yes. Uh, and as you all know, these are cells, but in technical terms, if you want to see, wherever the row and column intersect, that part is called a cell. So here and here, so this column meets this row at this point, so this is first cell, so A1 cell. So this is how it is called. Wherever the rows and columns intersect, that part is called as a cell. The address of a cell is given by the letter representing the column and the number representing a row.
Row.
Yes. So as you can see, if anybody can tell me what is the representation of this cell?
E6.
Yes. And where can you see the address of this cell exactly in the entire screen?
The top left side.
Yes. So yes, correct. The left hand top corner, you can see the address of every cell. Like whichever cell you select, that address is popped up here. So whenever you select this, now C5. So the column name and the row number. So that is how the cell address is, you get the cell address. And that is in the top corner of left top corner, you can see the cell address. Yes. So this is what I was explaining to you. So you can see this is now there are some specific names for these Excel boxes, you can say. So this is, as I told you, this box is called cell address box. So if anybody asks you where the cell address is located, you can tell it is located in the cell address box. On the other hand, this entire, wherever I'm typing right now, it is called the formula bar. This bar is called as the formula bar. Yes. And as you can see, these are the in the representation, you can see these are the row numbers and these are the collection of rows and columns forming a spreadsheet. Looks like a table. And these are known as column letters, as we discussed earlier. We are doing it in a hands-on basically way. The theory, I'm trying to mix the theory, even like making it a bit interesting, showing you the Excel sheet directly. So that will help everybody of us directly knowing what the things are. But everybody might know this, but it's my duty to start from the basics, because I cannot take everybody as granted and teach everybody what from the basics. Okay. So next where we go is, these are the definitions. So what is a cell? A cell, a user enters Excel terminology and components. Okay. Cell. What do you do in a cell? A user enters data into a cell, which is the intersection of column and row. Every cell holds some or the other data. So as you can see here, there is some data here, some data here, some here, some here. And this data which is there in the cell is automatically reflected in the formula bar, and the address is shown in the cell address box. Similarly, if there is a formula applied to the cell, that formula is also shown in the formula bar, whereas in the cell you will just see the data. But if you can see, whenever you double click on it, you can see the formula as well. And the formula is applied to which of the area or which of the range in the Excel spreadsheet. Am I going fast or is it fine?
Fine, sir.
If you have any doubts in the middle, you can ask me, okay? Yes. So cell reference. This is the set of coordinates where a cell is located. As we discussed, the cell address is called cell reference actually. And it is known, rows are horizontal and numbered, whereas columns are vertical and assigned a letter. Active cell. This is currently selected cell outlined by a green box. So basically, this is an active cell. So this active cell is basically the cell which is highlighted in green color. So whenever you select any of the cell, that cell is called an active cell. On the other hand, workbook. this is an Excel file that contains one or more worksheets. And what is a worksheet? These are different documents nested within a workbook. Okay. So basically, the entire Excel file is called a workbook, whereas the sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 are called worksheets. What is worksheet tab? These are the tabs at the bottom left of the spreadsheet. So this thing, the bottom left, the sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 is basically called worksheet tab. Columns and row headings. These are the numbered and lettered cells located just outside of the columns and rows. Selecting a header highlights the entire row and or column. So basically what they are saying is these are the name of the cells. And whenever you select this, the entire column gets highlighted, as you can see here. Whenever it gets highlighted, what is it called? It is called as active column or active row, or it is called an active cell, as we have discussed earlier. So whenever you want to perform a bigger action on the entire row, you can just select it when on the number. This arrow kind of structure comes over the name, and then just you need to click you just need to click on it, and the entire row gets or the column gets selected. Next, formula. So formulas are very important in Excel. Everybody might know that because formulas are generally very, very important for Excel to do all kind of operations when it comes to higher end data practices in Excel. So formulas are mathematical equations, cell references, or functions that can be placed inside a cell to produce a value. Formula must start with an equal sign. So whenever you write a formula, it should always start with equal to. Otherwise, that formula will not give any value. So that is how it is. If you want to, basically, I'll show you a small formula. If you want to do any arithmetic operation on, suppose, only this area, okay? So you just write equal to, you write sum, you write brackets. In Excel, one major thing is that you need to understand and you need to write the formulas in a very, very particular form. If you miss any brackets, any commas, then the value won't it will show you an error. That is clear, right? Because it is very, very important to put brackets, put equal to, put spacing, put commas while writing the formula. So if you can see, you just do this, complete the bracket and put enter. You can see that it just added the values and you can see the formula here. Okay. So this is how formula works. So this is basic formula. We will go into formulas and particular formulas in deep later in the sessions ahead, and you guys will also perform hands-on during that time. Okay. Am I
Okay.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Formula bar. This is the long input bar that is used to enter values or formulas in cells. It is located at the top of the worksheet next to the FX label. So if you can see here, so this is the formula bar and this is the FX label. So you can directly select a cell and start writing the formula here as well. So whenever you start typing here anything, it will reflect in the selected or active cell. Okay. So that is the formula bar.
So what is FX there, sir?
So FX is basically, it represents that it is a it is basically a function, but it represents whatever function you write here. Like sum is a function, or even you can say whenever you type the formula, any formula is basically a function, and that it represents that. It just represents that. If you scroll over it, you can see insert function. So it just asks you to insert a function in the formula bar. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. So next. So yes, address bar. Address bar is again what we spoke about. This is the address bar, which is located to the left of the formula bar, shows the number and letter coordinates of an active cell. Filter. These are rules. These are rules a user can employ to select what rows in a worksheet to display. This option is located on the top right of the home bar under sort and filter. An auto filter option can be selected to show rows that match specific values. So if you can, do anybody of you know what is a filter?
Yes, sir.
Yes. If you want some particular data,
Hello? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what basically a filter does is,
Sir,
yes.
it categorizes data, sir. Just like if you are filing TDS 94C and J, and if you want to display only J, then you can use filter there, sir.
Okay. Yes, exactly right. You can filter using the categories in the same column, or like where exactly if you want to check only what particular category is represented, you can use filters. I will show you filters when we do it on a big data. Wherever there is a data, I will show you how filter works. Right now, we will just go with the theory, and we'll get to know what exactly the filter does when it comes to the bigger data. I will show you, and we will use filters for sure there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So autofill. This feature enables users to copy data to more than one cell automatically. With two or more cells in a series, a user can select both cells and drag the bottom right corner down to autofill the rest of the cells. So anybody knows what autofill is? Maybe you guys have used it. It is
drag the green cell, then it
drag.
is automated.
Uh,
Drag.
okay. So you say, so autofill works when there is a data in two cells. Okay. So if you drag this right now, what it will give?
10, 20, 20, 20, 10,
30,
20.
Uh,
30,
it will,
40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
yes. So this is how it will give us. What it does is it contemplates what these two cells represent and makes a correlation between these two, and then gives you the output accordingly. So what is the basic correlation here? That 20 and 10 के बीच में का difference है 10 का. So give the next value as greater than 10. Again, next value as greater than. Add 10, add 10, add 10. So this is what it correlates and just autofills the cells. Now, if you just put 10 here and you just drag like this, what will it give?
10.
It will give all the values as 10 because it doesn't have anything to compare with, and it will just copy it as it is to the entire dragged area. So that is how it is. Okay. So that is called autofill in Excel. So you
And,
can,
and sir, if we 10, 20, and 30, then if you drag this, what will be the output, sir?
so let's try now. Let's see what it will give.
Same 40, 50, 60.
Yes. And that is the reason, because it doesn't check how many number of cells you have selected. It just takes the correlation between all the three cells. And what is the basic correlation? That the difference between all the consecutive numbers is 10. So it will
Yes.
just represent all this as with the same numbers.
And
So
how it works with the characters, like some text data?
With the characters, it will also when the characters are pulled, it will just give you the same character. As you say, if this is the character, it will it will give the same repetitive characters when you drag the two. But if you drag this happens because there is no correlation between these two. The correlation is that just repeat them. That is what it is. And when it will be only dragging the one, you will get the same character again. So it just relates with the correlation between the two sides.
And sir, if we use alphabet like A, B, C.
Then it will use C, D, E, F, G, H.
Yeah, then it will give you the next character. There
Next.
should be some correlation between the two.
Oh,
Yes. Okay. So shall we go ahead or any other doubt?
no, go ahead.
Okay. So understanding the ribbons. So do you know what ribbons are in the Excel? Anybody? Okay. So I will start. So,
Actually, all the tools are contained in the ribbon.
actually, ribbons basically means groups, represent similar grouped compounds. And those are basically like, if you can see, clipboard. Clipboard has this all tools, and this is one kind of a ribbon. And this is the ribbon tab. Okay. Or you can say ribbon bar. And everything like this is one ribbon. So styles ribbon, number ribbon, alignment ribbon, font ribbon, clipboard ribbon. And then there are ribbon tabs, which are file, home, insert, page layout. And inside everything, there is again ribbons, like small ribbons, like page setup, scale to fit. Everything is called ribbons. And these are ribbon tabs, and this is ribbon bar. Okay. And even this top thing is called the start ribbon. Ribbon start button. So these are called ribbon start buttons. And yes, there is some external noise.
There's a background noise. I think it's the Chandan, right?
I don't know, because I am seeing the screen. I'm not seeing
Yeah, it is-
anybody. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So is everybody clear with the ribbons? Am I audible?
Yeah, clear hai.
Yeah, audible.
Yes. Okay. So yes, so these are the ribbons. And even in ribbons, I will show you in the PPT. So as I discussed, ribbon bar represents similar grouped commands, whereas ribbon tabs used to group similar commands again. And then there is ribbon start button. Okay. So yes, so these are ribbon tabs, and this is ribbon bar. In the next sheet, customizing the ribbon. So you can, whenever you are using the Excel, you can customize your own ribbons. So how does this happen? You can, as you can see, collapse and expand the ribbon. For collapse and expand the ribbon, you can just click, like double click on, sorry. You can just double click. You can right click or double click the ribbon tabs, collapse button on right corner. Okay. So this is the collapse button. You can ribbon display option. You can show tabs, hide tabs. You can auto hide this. You can show tabs and commands here. Even where is the double click command? Okay. So you can double click on this and you can hide the ribbons. Even you can right click on it, customize the ribbon. You can add any kind of commands whichever you want here. As you can see here, you can create a new tab, you can create a new group, you can rename a group, anything you can do as per your customization. You can collapse the ribbon here as well, like this. And if you want to collapse it, you can double click on anything like this. You can double click and collapse it, or you can use the collapse button, ribbon options button here. So show tabs or hide, auto hide, or show tabs. Okay. Next, we will go on basic formatting. Enter cell data, replace cell data, delete cell data, edit cell data, all these kind of functions we will check today. So do you know how to how there are two methods to enter a cell data? Can anybody tell me how can we enter the cell data in two ways?
First is just enter the data in
Okay.
grid,
Okay.
and second is the using the formula bar.
Yes, correct. Either you just start typing or you just go here, click and start typing. It will reflect. So that is correct. Also, this is how you enter the cell data and replace cell data. Do you know how to replace a cell data? So if there is a data here, suppose 500, how will you replace this data? You can directly
enter the values.
no, even you can, if drag and drop, it will ask there's already data here, do you want to replace it? So if you click here, okay, this data will be changed. Got it? So if there is a data, you can just drag and drop anywhere, the data gets replaced. Delete cell data. So if you see this column, there are different kinds of deletes you can perform while deleting a cell. There, if you can see, that is the reason why I have created this data set to show you how exactly you can delete it. So if you want to delete, suppose this particular 180 minus 180, what all options will appear? So if you can see, shift cells left, shift cells up, entire row, entire column. What it says is, if you select shift cells left, what happens is this cells, all the cells in row 7 before, like after 180 will just get shifted this side. Before 180 will remain the same way, but all the cells after this particular I7 cell will get shifted to the left side. If you delete 420, what happens? Shift cell left. All these shifted to one step left side. Got it? Similarly, if you delete shift cells up, what happens is the cells after 480 will shift to the upper row. So if you can see, this all cells shifted one step up. That is called delete shift cells up. Similarly, if you delete the entire row, the entire 8th row will get deleted and all the rows below that will shift above. Similarly, if you delete shift entire column and click OK, the entire column after that 420 just shifted towards the left side. The entire column got deleted. Did you get it?
Yes,
Yes.
clear.
Clear, na? Okay. So edit cell data. So there are, again, as you write the cell data, there are two ways you can edit the cell data. How can you edit the cell data? Anybody?
By double clicking on that cell or on the function.
Yes, correct. Exactly right. You cannot just, whenever you just select it and start writing it, it just gets replaced. The entire value just moves and whatever you type, that gets into the cell. But if you want to edit that column, you just need to double click on it so that you enter inside the cell and then you can edit it. Okay, suppose by mistake you wanted to type 325 but you just ended up writing 335 and you wanted to edit it. You just go inside, double click on the cell and write 325, or you just go here, move inside it, move and write 280 if you wanted 280 there. So this is the two ways you can edit the cell data. So copy and paste, cut and paste, move, undo, redo and repeat. So insert, delete, hide columns, rows. These are the other basic formatting left now. So copy and paste, which is a very, very important thing, because copy and paste is a very critical, because you copying is a very normal task, but when you paste it, so when you copy it, if you select, suppose if you are selecting one entire range like this and you want to copy, whenever you click on copy or Control C, see, you can copy by Control C, you can copy by right clicking on it and press copy, and this, whenever you click on copy, this highlighted green cell appears on that range. If you can see the dotted moving structure, and whenever you want to paste it, there are different kinds of pastes. So if you can see paste P, it is just normal paste. If there is a formula related with that paste, with that range, paste the data with those complete formulas and number formatting. If there is a format on those range with a formula inside it, it will paste it using the formula and the number formatting. On the other hand, keep the source formatting. Anyways, if there is a format on the source file, like source range, that similar format, the width of the row, the height of the the width of the column, the height of the row, everything will remain same. On the other hand, if there are borders, when you select the range, if that table has a border, that border will be copied. Keep source column widths. So whatever widths the source column has, keep the same column widths. If you click on that, it will show that. On the other hand, you can transpose the data. What is transpose? Basically, the columns will be filled in the rows, and the rows, in that manner, it will just fill the data. So if you can see, 170 was 170 to 10 was in a column structure, which ended up in the row structure here. And all it, if you know what is transpose, you will get this. Do you understand what did just happen here in the transpose?
या वर्टिकल जितने भी कॉलम्स है वो हॉरिजॉन्टल रोज हो गया.
Yes, exactly. उतना ही हो जाता है. तो बहुत सारे केसेस में ट्रांसपोज का यूज हो सकता है फॉर अ डेटा एनालिसिस पर्पसेस. तो उसके लिए ट्रांसपोज का भी important paste option है यहाँ पे. Similarly, as I was talking, ये अगर मैंने copy किया and if I paste it here and I say with formula, okay, wait. हाँ, यहाँ पे end structure ही नहीं, तो इसीलिए ये प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. तो सपोज अभी फॉर्मूला के साथ आपको अगर पेस्ट करना है तो ये पूरा स्ट्रक्चर विथ फॉर्मूला यहाँ पे पेस्ट हो सकता है. एंड आपने अगर यहाँ देखा तो ऊपर का जो भी फॉर्मूला था वो इस पे अप्लाई हो चुका है. अगर आप यहाँ पे खोल के देखोगे, लाइक इफ यू क्लिक ऑन इट, यू विल सी दैट all the formula is copied as it is what formula was on this cell. So whenever you do this, you should know that the cells where you are pasting this data should have the relevant information. Like whatever I did just now, you cannot just come and paste it here because there is no L1 to L16 data. But my formula says that sum of B1 to B16. तो इसके लिए यहाँ पे L1 में डेटा होना चाहिए, वरना वो सम करेगा ही तो करेगा क्या, क्योंकि उसको पता है कि ऊपर वाले रोज का ऊपर वाले सारे रोज में के डेटा का एडिशन करना था. बट यहाँ पे तो डेटा है ही नहीं, तो उसने एरर दे दिया. तो गॉट इट?
No, I think it will give 0 value for L column.
For L column. Hello?
Yeah.
It says invalid cell reference error because there is no number in this, right? This range will be selected only whenever, if I select this range, whenever I copy the formula, right, there should be some or the other values in the range, otherwise it will show an error. If you write like this and leave something blank, then, and if you start adding this like this, then it will give you the exact answer. So if you see, even if there is nothing here, it will still give me some answer because it will not consider blanks. But if I write some here, it will still give me answer 0. But whenever I will copy a formula, it will search for something which is above it. And if there is nothing on top of it, it will consider that as an error.
Okay.
Whenever you write it as a formula with something on top of it selecting the range, it will give you answer 0. But when you will copy the formula, I guess it will give an error reference.
Okay.
ओके. हाँ, तो और कोई पेस्ट ऑप्शंस बचे हैं क्या? हाँ, वैल्यूज, नंबर फॉर्मेटिंग. हाँ, ये अरे पिक्चर अगर होगा तो ये जो नंबर है वो सारे पिक्चर की तरह यहाँ पे पेस्ट हो जाएंगे. इफ यू नो व्हाट इज लिंक, I will show you. So whenever you copy some number from here and paste it in a different sheet, you need to select it as a link. So what happens is you get whatever, whenever you replace something here, right? Now suppose this number, if you replace this by 31570 and go and check here, it will reflect it here. So that is called, that cell that side is linked with the B3 cell this side. Okay, did you get that? This is called link. So if there is a, suppose there is something, some data here called A1, A2, A3, A4, and suppose total, and suppose you just write 15, 20, 80, 20, 10, 5, 72, 5, and suppose something 30, 25, 1, 10. Suppose there is some data like this, and similarly there is another data here, another data on this sheet, this sheet, this sheet, and you wanted to, and maybe that is a turnover, like Q A1, A2, A3, A4 is the quarter data for suppose product A for a company, and then there is a quarter data for product B, product C in different sheets, and you need to check the overall yearly turnover of all the products of all the A2 or of all the second quarter products of the company, which is A2, B2, C2, D2, उनका सबका टोटल तुम्हें जानना है. तो what you will do is you will just अभी मुझे वापस से एक और बनाना पड़ेगा. We'll just make it here B2, B1, B2, B3, B4. Suppose ये सपोज ये डेटा है अभी जैसे 10, फिर से 25, 250, 60, 80 and 30, 70, 25, 60 and then 50, 42, 35, 70. सपोज ये अभी ऐसे अपने को दो प्रोडक्ट्स के डेटा है फॉर 4 quarters and you want to take a turnover in sheet 1. Suppose A1 का turnover है, A1 का turnover है यहाँ पे, तो is equal to what you will do is, अगर आपको turnover इसका calculate करना है, तो you will select this, you will write here equal to sum in bracket, you will just go to this data, then you come here, ये यहाँ पे देखा आपने, this comes, then plus you go and select suppose this data, तो यहाँ पे वो data आ गया, you close this, you press. So this is what is the sum of those data. Did you get it? Hello?
Yes.
So you
Clear.
can basically link the cells in that way. So similarly, you can paste the similar cells there, and whenever there is a change in those data, you will see the reflection here in the major sheet wherever the data is linked. Okay. So next. Oh, somebody said repeat how paste option work. Chandan Kumar. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to listen to the paste option again?
Yes, sir.
So which exactly paste option did you miss?
Transpose.
Okay. So basically what it is, suppose अपने पास ऐसा एक बड़ा सा डेटा है और ये अपना कॉलम्स और रोज ऐसे हुए, इसको तुमने कॉपी किया और यहाँ पे अगर आपको पेस्ट करना है तो पेस्ट में आपके पास एक ऑप्शन आएगा ट्रांसपोज का. सो ट्रांसपोज होने पे क्या होगा, जो रोज थे वो कॉलम्स में चले जाएंगे और जो कॉलम्स थे वो रोज में आ जाएंगे, एज यू कैन सी हियर. देखा आपने?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो बेसिकली ट्रांसपोज इस तरीके से काम करता है. सो यहाँ पे पेस्ट में एक आपको ऑप्शन मिलेगा जो कि ये वाला ऑप्शन है, जहाँ पे वो लिख के देगा कि ट्रांसपोज हो रहा है. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
ओके. और कोई जानना है आपको?
No,
हेलो?
sir.
हाँ
No, sir.
ठीक है. Anybody has any other queries till now? Okay, so I'll go ahead then. So these two things here are undo and redo. So these two things here are undo and redo. So basically, now I will just show you. So if you delete this, and whenever you just click on this, it will come back. Everybody might know what is undo. It can be done by Control Z, and redo can be done by Control Y. So Control Y से वो फिर से डिलीट हो जाएगा, Control Z से वो वापस आ जाएगा. ठीक है? So this is basically undo and redo. Repeat is F4. So अगर suppose यहाँ पे मैंने ये select किया है and I drag this here, okay, and then I select it and press F4. नहीं, just a minute. ने copy किया, paste किया, then I do it function F4. Okay, so this keeps on repeating. अगर आप फिर से यहाँ पे एक बार repeat हो गया है तो वो वापस से repeat नहीं होगा. Again you have to do the same thing. Go here, press F4, it will get copied. ठीक है? This is what F4 does. It will just repeat what was the earlier operation you did. Next is insert, delete, hide columns and rows. So delete तो हो चुका है. Delete cell data तो अपन ने देख लिया है. Similarly, normal delete भी होता है. If you select this and delete it, वो पूरा change हो जाएगा. बस delete दबाने से वो बस उतना ही चला जाएगा, वो shift नहीं होगा. ठीक है? अपन ने जो सेल डेटा का डिलीट देखा था उसमें ये एंटायर रो और कॉलम अब ऊपर नीचे सेल्स यहाँ वहाँ मूव होते रहते हैं. बट इफ यू जस्ट क्लिक ऑन दिस एंड डिलीट बटन दबा दोगे तो वो वाला एरिया ब्लैंक हो जाएगा. ठीक है? सो दैट इज डिलीट. हाइड कॉलम्स एंड रोज. सो अगर आप कॉलम्स पे क्लिक करोगे और हाइड दबाओगे तो वो वाली कॉलम हाइड हो जाएगी. और अगर आप उसको वापस से अनहाइड करना चाहते हो तो उस पे दबा के बस अनहाइड दबाना है. या आप उसको बस हाइड करने के बाद अगर ड्रैग भी करते हो, नहीं, उसको सिलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा तो वो अनहाइड हो जाए. गॉट इट? हाइड अनहाइड समझ आया? हेलो?
Yes.
हाइड और अनहाइड समझ आया ना?
Yes, sir.
यस. सो हाइड और अनहाइड का काम उसमें होता है कि जिसमें अपन मतलब सिलेक्ट कहीं कहीं चीजों में जब डेटा आपको हाइड करना होता है विच वाज कोई मीटिंग्स के लिए वो रेलेवेंट नहीं होता तो उसको आप हाइड कर देते हो. बट रिमेनिंग डेटा जो है वो आपको दिखाना होता है तो उसको आप रहने देते हो. वो किस्म का ये है. ठीक है?
सर अनहाइड फिर कैसे करते हैं सर? वो तो
अनहाइड जैसे आप हाइड कर दिए, अब ये वाले पार्ट पे ही अगर आप बस. हेलो, आवाज आ रहा है?
अभी ठीक आ रहा है सर.
Yes.
ब्रेक हो.
अभी आ रहा है?
हम्म,
अभी बीच में भी ब्रेक हो रहा था क्या?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, अभी तुरंत हुआ.
ठीक है. अभी सपोज आपने जे कॉलम को हाइड कर दिया. ठीक है? नाउ विदाउट सिलेक्टिंग ये कॉलम, बस ये वाली जो चीज होती है ना, इस पे अगर आप क्लिक करके अनहाइड दबाओगे उसको, हाँ जैसे अभी ये सिलेक्ट हुआ दिख रहा है, उसको अगर दबा के अब अनहाइड दबाओगे तो वो अनहाइड हो जाएगा। और एक बात ये है कि अगर हाइड है तो आप इसको बस पकड़ के खींच लोगे तो वो अनहाइड हो जाएगा। ठीक है,
बट लेफ्ट साथ में लेफ्ट और राइट कॉलम भी पकड़ के अनहाइड कर देंगे तब भी हो जाएगा ना?
अ, ये दोनों कॉलम को पकड़ के ऐसे बोल रहे हो आप?
नहीं नहीं, एक कॉलम हाइड कीजिए पहले।
ये वाला हाइड कर देता हूँ मैं, ठीक है।
ओके, कॉलम हेड और जे दोनों को सेलेक्ट कीजिए
और
एंड अनहाइड।
हाँ हाँ हाँ, वैसे भी होगा, वो मैं वैसे भी होगा। बट ये तीन तरीके से हो सकता है, जैसे अभी सर ने बोला वैसे, और फिर जैसे मैंने 2 बार पहले दिखाया था आपको। ठीक है, ये पेस्ट के कुछ थ्योरी के डॉक्यूमेंट्स है अपने पास, जो मैं आपको क्लियरली पढ़ा के दिखा देता हूँ। सो पेस्ट, नॉर्मल पेस्ट जब अपन करते हैं, जैसे मैंने आपको अभी दिखाया था, whenever we paste it normally, pastes all cell contents and formatting. ठीक है, when you paste formulas वाला ऑप्शन क्लिक करते हो, that time what happens is paste only formulas as entered in the formula bar. Formulas and number formatting के टाइम पे होता है pastes both the formulas as entered in the formula bar and the copied cells number formatting. ठीक है, whereas keep source formatting paste वाले में होता है pastes all cell contents and formatting including the theme if one was applied to the source data. मतलब theme in the sense suppose ये वाला part अगर highlighted हुआ, ठीक है, और मैंने अगर इसको कॉपी किया, यहाँ पे पेस्ट किया, तो ये वाला जो पेस्ट था ये विड्थ रखेगा, ये वाला पेस्ट बॉर्डर्स, फॉर्मूलाज, कीप सोर्स फॉर्मेटिंग। अभी जब मैंने कंट्रोल वी किया तो जनरली वो सोर्स फॉर्मेटिंग के साथ ही पेस्ट करता है, बट इफ यू डोंट वांट सोर्स फॉर्मेटिंग तो आप बस फॉर्मूलाज करोगे तो वो फॉर्मेटिंग हटा देगा। ठीक है, अभी यहाँ पे तो कोई फॉर्मूला था नहीं, इसलिए उसने कुछ ऐसा फॉर्मूला अप्लाई तो नहीं किया, बट इफ देर इज अ फॉर्मूला एंड यू जस्ट क्लिक ऑन फॉर्मूला तो वो फॉर्मूला पेस्ट करेगा। ठीक है, नो बॉर्डर्स, पेस्ट ऑल cell content and formatting applied to the copied cell except borders. कुछ कुछ चीजों में ऐसा होता है कि जो डेटा होता है, the table has specific borders. Those borders, if you don't want in the area where you are pasting, you just paste it normally. But if you just paste it with no borders. But if you want the borders, तो फिर normal paste करने पे everything in that cell area will come as it is. But specifically if you don't want any borders, तो click on no borders content. Again, keep source column width. Suppose अभी this इसका width इतना होगा, and I copy this and I paste it here. अब I go here and I select width इसका, तो वो width के साथ जितना width उसका था उतना ही width का यहाँ पे cells बना के, columns बना के वहाँ पे data paste कर देगा. So this is what it is. Next, values. Pastes only the values as displayed in the cells. मतलब जो cells में values होंगे वो बस values ही display करेगा, कोई picture, कोई characters होंगे तो वो उठाएगा नहीं. Values and number formatting, paste both the copied cells values and number formatting. Value and source formatting, paste cells values and formatting including the theme if one was applied to the source data. Formatting, normal paste formatting में होता है paste only cells formatting the same as the format painter. सो जो फॉर्मेट पेंटर काम करता है वो वैसा सेम टू सेम काम ये फॉर्मेटिंग पेस्ट करता है. And paste link links the pasted data to the source data by pasting a formula reference to the source data. तो ये paste link तो very very important है. वो अपन we can manipulate the data in different cells, different sheets actually. तो sheet 1 में का cell we can copy as a link, we can copy and paste as a link in sheet 2, and then whenever we manipulate in sheet 1, then the data in sheet 2 will also get manipulated. So that is paste link. Paste as a picture, as I showed you, copy करके paste as a picture करोगे तो you cannot apply it, it just gets pasted as a picture. Linked picture, वो if you paste it in different sheets, it will paste it as a linked picture. So yes, आज के लिए I guess इतना यहाँ तक काफी है.